You know what's funny? There are SUVs out there that mechanics secretly hate seeing roll into their shop, not because they're nightmares to work on, but because they never actually need any work done. While your neighbor's dealing with their third transmission replacement, these five legendary SUVs just keep running, like nothing can stop them. We're talking 300,000 miles like it's barely broken in. Today, I'm breaking down five SUVs that you'll buy once and probably hand down to your grandkids. Let's jump in. The Toyota RAV4, aggressively reliable. First up, we've got the Toyota RAV4. And before you roll your eyes thinking this is just another boring Toyota, hear me out, because this thing has a secret that nobody really talks about. The RAV4 isn't just reliable, it's aggressively reliable. Like, it actively refuses to die even when you're terrible to it. I'm not kidding when I say there are documented cases of RAV4s running on oil that looks like chocolate pudding, air filters so clogged they're basically growing their own ecosystems, and timing belts that should have been replaced years ago. Yet somehow these things just keep firing up every morning like absolutely nothing is wrong. So what's the magic? Most RAV4s come with Toyota's legendary 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine. This motor has fewer moving parts than most modern engines, which means there's simply less stuff that can break. And the transmission, whether it's the 8-speed automatic or the older 6-speed, these things are built like bank vaults. They're not exciting or particularly sporty, but they will absolutely outlast your mortgage. Here's where it gets interesting. Toyota uses this philosophy they call over-engineering the boring bits. While other manufacturers are cutting costs on suspension bushings and alternators, Toyota builds these components like they're preparing for the apocalypse. That little alternator, rated for way more power than the vehicle actually needs. The brake calipers, massively overbuilt. It's like they designed every single part expecting you to tow a boat through the desert twice a week. And let's talk rust protection. We've all seen SUVs from other brands that start falling apart around the wheel arches after 5 winters. The RAV4, Toyota galvanizes the frame and uses a multi-stage rust protection process that's honestly overkill. I've personally seen 20-year-old RAV4s from the Midwest where they salt the roads like crazy, still looking solid underneath. But here's my favorite thing. Open the hood of a RAV4 with 200,000 miles, then open one with 20,000. You've got 5 seconds to tell me which is which. You can't, right? That's because these engines just don't wear down. The valve train stays quiet, the timing chain keeps its tension, and the engine mounts barely sag. It's basically automotive sorcery. The hybrid models don't even get me started. Toyota's hybrid system has been refined over 2 decades across millions of vehicles. That battery pack comes with a 10-year warranty in most places, but routinely lasts 15 or 20 years. The electric motors are sealed units with zero maintenance. They just work. And when you're getting over 35 miles per gallon in something this practical, you're basically printing money. The RAV4 holds its value like it's made of gold. Check any used car market right now and you'll find 5-year-old RAV4 is still selling for 60 to 70% of their original price. Why? Because everyone knows exactly what they're getting. It's not a gamble, it's a sure thing. The Subaru Forester, built different. If the RAV4 is that reliable friend who always shows up on time, the Forester is that friend who shows up on time in a snowstorm at 3 in the morning and then helps you move a couch up 4 flights of stairs. This thing is legitimately built different. Let's address the elephant in the room, that horizontally opposed boxer engine. Most people hear Subaru and immediately think head gasket problems. And look, the older models from the early 2000s had some issues, I'm not gonna lie, but Subaru actually fixed that problem over a decade ago. Now we're left with one of the brilliantly engineered powertrains in the business. That flat-4 engine sits so low in the chassis that the Forester's center of gravity is basically underground. This isn't just good for handling, it's physics working in your favor, making the vehicle way more stable. And because the pistons move horizontally instead of vertically, the engine naturally balances itself. Less vibration means less wear on everything. These engines run so smooth that at idle you can balance a coin on the valve cover. Try that with your neighbor's V6. Now, the real secret sauce is Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive. Most SUVs use part-time systems, where the vehicle is basically front-wheel drive until it detects slip, then it scrambles to send power to the rear. Subaru said absolutely not, and engineered a full-time system that sends power to all 4 wheels constantly. Every single moment you're driving, whether it's rain, snow, gravel, or mud, the Forester just grips and goes. The differentials are overbuilt, the CV joints are sealed tighter than Fort Knox, and the drive shafts can handle way more torque than the engine actually produces. I've talked to Subaru technicians who've seen Foresters with 200,000 miles come in for their first CV boot replacement. Not a joint failure, just a rubber boot. That's almost unheard of in the all-wheel drive world. Here's my absolute favorite thing about the Forester, and you won't find this in any spec sheet: the community. Subaru owners keep their vehicles longer than almost any other brand, and there's a reason. These things create loyalty not through marketing, but by simply never letting you down. I've met Forester owners who've driven through absolute hell: mountain passes and blizzards, unmaintained logging roads, flood zones, and the vehicle just keeps asking for more. The interior might not win any luxury awards, and the infotainment is about as exciting as a phone book, but when you're on year 12 of ownership and everything still works exactly like it did on day one, you stop caring about ambient lighting in the cup holders. The Honda CR-V, engineered obsession. Let me tell you about the Honda CR-V, the SUV equivalent of that kid in school who got straight A's, played 3 sports, volunteered on weekends, and was somehow still genuinely likable. While other manufacturers treat 100,000 miles like it's a finish line, the CR-V treats it like a warm-up lap. The CR-V isn't just benefiting from Honda's reputation, it's actively building it. This vehicle is the reason mechanics recommend Honda in the first place. I've talked to technicians who've worked on CR-Vs with 300,000 miles that still have the original transmission clutch packs, original catalytic converters, and engine internals that look like they were installed last month. That K-Series 4-cylinder is a masterpiece. Honda figured out something brilliant. Instead of chasing horsepower numbers that look good in ads, they focused on building an engine that runs comfortably under almost any condition. The compression ratios are conservative, the cooling system is over-engineered, and the oil passages are designed like a surgeon planned them. These engines run cool, stay clean internally, and basically refuse to wear out. The transmission is an absolute tank. Whether you've got the 5-speed automatic or the newer CVT, these gearboxes are built with paranoia that borders on beautiful. Honda engineered the CR-V's transmission like they were preparing for Judgment Day. Transmission shops actually complain about the CR-V because it's terrible for business. These things just don't break. Here's my favorite thing about the CR-V, and this is where Honda's genius really shines. They designed this vehicle assuming you're not a car person. The air filter is right there when you pop the hood, no tools required. The oil dipstick is bright yellow and clearly labeled. The cabin air filter takes 30 seconds to replace. Honda built the CR-V tough enough that even when people ignore basic maintenance, it still refuses to die. It's the automotive equivalent of a golden retriever, endlessly forgiving and always happy to see you. The wild card, Hyundai Santa Fe. Plot twist, the Hyundai Santa Fe. Yeah, I know half of you just did a double take, but hear me out because this story is wild. 20 years ago, if you'd told me a Hyundai would make a list of the most reliable SUVs on the planet, I would have laughed you out of the room. But Hyundai pulled off one of the greatest redemption arcs in automotive history. In the late 90s and early 2000s, Hyundai's reputation was basically cheap car that breaks. But then something extraordinary happened. They didn't just try to improve, they went nuclear on quality control. They hired engineers away from Toyota and Honda, invested billions in research and development, and backed it all up with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. That wasn't confidence, that was a declaration of war on their own bad reputation. The modern Santa Fe is the result of that obsession. The engine, whether it's the 2.5-liter turbo 4-cylinder or the V6, is built to standards that would make Japanese manufacturers nervous. Hyundai studied every engine failure from every competitor and engineered around all of them. These engines are stress-tested beyond anything reasonable, and Santa Fe's routinely sail past 200,000 miles without a hiccup. That 8-speed automatic is co-developed with serious transmission specialists and built like a Swiss watch made of titanium. It doesn't have the weak clutch packs that plagued early dual clutches, doesn't have fragile belt systems, and doesn't have complicated electronics that drain your bank account. It's just solid, proven technology executed flawlessly. The Santa Fe comes loaded with technology that other brands charge thousands extra for. Adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, lane keeping assist, heated and ventilated seats, panoramic sunroof, and here's the kicker. It all works and keeps working. No mysterious electrical problems, no infotainment freezes, no expensive sensor failures. The real beauty, that 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, and Hyundai actually honors it. That peace of mind is worth its weight in gold.
So, there you have it, 5 SUVs that refuse to die. The RAV4's boring brilliance, the Forester's all-terrain stubbornness, the CR-V's appliance-like perfection, and the Santa Fe's redemption story for the ages. Here's the real takeaway. Reliability isn't about luck, it's about engineering philosophy and manufacturers who actually care about their reputation beyond the first 3 years. These 5 SUVs represent the absolute best of what's possible when automakers decide that longevity actually matters. The best SUV is the one that's still running when everything else has been towed to the junkyard. Choose wisely, and you might just be handing your ride to the next generation.